Your court television news starting now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a very breaking news slash, well, in my time zone, very early news broadcast with your host, NJCourts. I'm going to try to keep the voice level down a bit because, especially for my friends on the West Coast, I know it's still a little bit early. It's about 5 o'clock my time. I know for my friends on the East Coast, it's about that time to start wakey bakey. Cheers to a good Saturday morning to you all. Let's just get right into it, shall we? As a matter of fact, we'll give a few minutes actually for the notifications to go out. And in the meantime, I'm going to say hi to everybody this morning. All right, and get my chat set up here. Well, good morning. A wild German lady appears. Well, damn again. Believe this is now third time, or as far as in my career of covering these people on YouTube, believe this would be a third mugshot in the career of me, even knowing about Amberhhh. I don't know about her previous history, criminal record, but in the time that I have started this channel, I believe she has been arrested 3 times already. So 3 mugshots to add to the notches on the belt, as they say. Sicilian Princess, good morning, my friend. Good to see you. We've got the real Ian Coe. Yeah, you know what I'll say? For a lot of these people, it's just another day, and I don't know how they do it. As a matter of fact, that's a good point made. And as soon as I break some news about this individual, I'm going to go back to a few things. As a matter of fact, I'll share a conversation I had with this individual, I think just yesterday, as a matter of fact. So good morning, Barry the Turtle. They got her. Guys, the street is safe in Yuma again. I'm not from there, but for the fellow Humanians, should we call them Humanians? I agree. John Jacobs, good morning. I'm not sure what the 3 H's is behind that. I'm just kind of copying her username as she goes by. So I think that'd be more of a question for her, not me. But good morning, everybody. Flash, good morning. Good to see you. All right, so let's get started, shall we? I know, actually, I'm going to say shout out to all my replay crew because I know since this is a very early broadcast, I'm sure a lot of you are going to be catching this as soon as you start waking up. So good morning to the replay gang. What up, Vinny G? Good morning. Update on the garden. Absolutely. Vinny G, I was actually going to do one today. That was actually my original plan sometime this morning was to do like a little live broadcast. So I probably will plan on still doing that today. It's going to be something fun. But if you are available, please stop by, and I'm going to be showing everybody the garden because this weekend, for some of you that may not know, and here's your reminder, it is Mother's Day weekend. Yes, go take care of your mamas, please. All right. A couple of weeks ago, I started my little garden project because that was kind of going to be my gift to my mother, was going to be a little garden bed. So I'll show you what we got going on in that said garden bed. And I hopefully it'll be a nice gift tomorrow for Mother's Day. It is tomorrow's, right? Just making sure. All right. What up, Stoned Out? All right. So here we go. I think that was plenty of time to let the notification go out. I'm just going to start right off with the mugshot. Okay. So Amberhhh, just to give you a little bit of some background. And again, you can catch a lot of this on my previous, I think we just covered her a couple of days ago. But long story short, she's pretty much broke her probation. She was arrested originally for 2 counts. Okay. One count was, one charge, was possession of meth, pretty much. The other charge was possession of drug paraphernalia having to do with meth. They pretty much gave her a plea deal, so they dismissed the possession of meth, and they made her plead guilty to the possession of meth paraphernalia, which is a felony level charge, okay? So she was given some probation. She wasn't even given jail time at that time, okay? So she was given, I believe it was actually 2 years, 24 months of probation. Pretty much means don't get in trouble for 2 years, and hey, you're all right, okay? In most cases, they'll even sometimes dismiss all charges at that point, okay? So that was the original arrangement made between her and the court system there in Yuma County, or Yuma, the city where she's from. So she had her probation, and then she broke it, Okay. I think originally she broke it by failing a urinalysis test by the probation officer. And then after she failed that first urinalysis, they then sat down and I pretty much, and she signed this, there's documentation. They pretty much had her, there's a certain verbiage for this, but and I can't remember right now, but pretty much they made an arrangement with her. Okay. So they said, you failed the drug test, you broke your probation. But what we're going to do is this. Okay. Pretty much like a second chance to a second chance. Okay. They said, we're going to have you turn yourself in for 30 days and we're into jail. And from there, we're going to get you into a rehab program. But you need to turn yourself into jail first. Okay. So she had to turn herself into jail. She signed that agreement, said, yeah, I think that's a great plan. Let's do it. She didn't turn herself in. Okay. Then she failed a second drug test. Okay. I think they arrested her. Then they arrested her. Okay. So that's where that second mugshot comes in. Okay. So they issued out a warrant because she didn't turn herself in. They arrested her. And then I think a few days after she was released, she failed a second drug test. Or if it wasn't during that time, they found out that she failed a second drug test. Maybe she took the drug test before she was arrested. Either way, as soon as she was released, they found out that she had failed a second drug test. That is where we kind of find ourselves now. So after failing that second drug test, not turning herself in, okay, for the 30 days they wanted herself to, and then again, they even said in the paperwork that she might not even stay the whole 30 days. They just wanted her to turn herself in, and then they were going to check her into a rehab program from there. Okay, get her some help. But she didn't do any of that. So they issued out a warrant. She tried to file some motions. That's kind of pretty much where our conversation happened the day before yesterday, or yesterday. She was kind of arguing with me in the channel that we had gotten some of the paperwork wrong. There's a reason why I didn't even go live yesterday, because I was waiting for a document to populate today. It didn't populate, but what do we have today instead? Looks like they beat me to the punch. They arrested her. Pretty much what I was just going to show you was their reply to her two, whatever you want to call it, emails, letters, motions, as she calls them, for her pretty much giving an explanation as to why she shouldn't have to turn herself in anymore. And, kind of like going back on this little agreement she signed, with them, saying, she thought it was a good idea since she failed the first drug test to, turn herself in and get into a rehab program. Okay. So she tried to write a few emails saying, no, that's not, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. Long story short, that document that I was waiting to share with you guys today was going to be the reply from the state saying no. And it looks like they replied in another way, because along with that document populating or being filed yesterday, they went ahead and arrested her last night. So here we go. All right. So I'm sorry. I think that was supposed to be a long story short. That was more like a short story long. I apologize. You know how I get with the stories. All right. So let me share this here with you. I know everybody's here for this. But here you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is your new inmate booking sheet for Amber Dawn Hall, legal name, all public information. VZ55, I agree. I think at this point, and again, I'm not saying that just because she's a regular citizen and not, a lawyer, that, the judge was just enough with it. No, as a citizen, you have every right to, file your own paperwork, pretty much represent yourself if you like. But this individual was pretty much not at that point. They were already at the point of they've already been found guilty. They were given probation and they broke that probation. When you get to that point, there is no more filing excuses and, emails to the judge as to why you didn't show up or why you didn't. No, they don't give a shit about that, okay? They just, we gave you a chance. We gave you a second chance. You done fucked up. Now you're going to jail. So, there it is. And you know what's funny? And not really funny, but I was thinking this to myself. when this individual was kind of having this long, and I'm going to share the conversation with you guys, a little bit of it. This was between comments. She had came on the NJCourts, one of our shows, and commented in the comment section, and then we went back and forth on the replies. But I wanted to wait before I even made a comment towards what she had replied towards me. I said, I want to wait to see what the reply is going to be back from the state. That's why I was going to do a show yesterday, as a matter of fact. I told you guys the day before, but I said, let me wait for what the state has to say. Now, they did, like I said, they did reply, but not only did they reply, but looks like they also replied by arresting her. And let me give you a close-up of her mugshot, but she does not look too happy to be in jail. And you know what? I think with all the chances given to this individual, I think they're in the right place they need to be, and hopefully they'll get some help. Especially because it's my understanding that they have, I don't know, a child or some children. I mean, a family, and certainly your family doesn't want to see, nobody wants to see anybody go through this shit. You know what I mean? I personally just by the way I've seen this person, and I mean, me personally, if I was going through the shit that most of these people are going through, I wouldn't even be on YouTube. That's just me, okay? But I was very surprised that this individual was going live the other day, was concerned about what my show was saying, when I'm like, dude, you're literally about to get picked up. I'd be more concerned about who's going to be watching my kid, and I'd be more concerned about my fucking life. You know what I mean? Not what YouTube thinks. You know what I mean? But again, I'm speaking for myself, not these people, okay? What's up, Go Girl? What's up, Sunshinery? It's 7 a.m. on the damn East Coast. I know it's early. I'm sorry, y'all. But hey, like I said, man, when you're a court news station, you're always breaking news, man. It's Saturday today. I was already up, but, I didn't want to do this shit. I was going to get ready and do my little gardening stream and hang out with all my homies and friends online and have fun. And instead, I'm staring at this horrible mugshot. And, even though I do know this person is not the nicest person, and a lot of these people aren't, as a human, I have some compassion. I wouldn't want to see people in jail. But when you break the law, that compassion, at least for me, goes right out the door. Especially when you've already been given multiple chances and opportunities to fix yourself, okay? That's when a lot of that compassion goes out the door for me. All right, so let's look at the booking sheet a little bit, and let's see if there's anything interesting to go over. And then what I'm going to do next is share with you kind of some of the info that I was going to actually go do on the stream, or excuse me, man, it's still early for me. I'm talking like I'm back in elementary. My grammar's horrible this morning. I'm sorry. I was going to do a show yesterday, and what I was going to go over, and then I was going to wait till today, and then this came up. But I'll go over some of the stuff that I was going to go over in the show that I was going to do yesterday or this morning, but which was just going to be the conversation between us. And I was going to share with you her last pretty much email, letter, motion, whatever you want to call it, pretty much begging the judge and the court system, not to come arrest her pretty much. So let's look at this. Let's go back here. Oh, I got to go back. Sorry. There we go. And looks like it's just your basic information. Booking date was yesterday, like 9:50. Man, I think the last time they booked her in, it was like at late night. They must, and usually I'm more familiar with police serving warrants in the morning time, but for some reason in Yuma, they seem to like to serve warrants at night. Because if I'm not mistaken, I swear the last time she was booked in, it was like a late night booking, like same time almost. You know what I mean? But either way, it looks like she was booked in at around 9:50 p.m. and booked in down here for probation violation, just like what we were talking about earlier. Okay. And again, that probation violation stems from the original charges of two charges originally, possession of meth that she was charged for and the possession of a meth paraphernalia. And she was pled out in a plea deal. They dismissed the possession of meth, and she had to plead guilty to the possession of meth paraphernalia, which is a felony, and was given probation. Okay. She was lucky. She was given just a 2 years probation. That's all she had to do was just stay off the drugs, have clean piss tests, and not get in trouble for 2 years. And I think not even 6 months into her probation, she failed already two-year analysis and did not self-surrender herself as she committed and signed that she was going to do as part of her new treatment plan. That's the word I was looking for earlier, was treatment plan. So pretty much they had her sign a new treatment plan after she had failed the first piss test. And that treatment plan included her turning herself in for 30 days. And then from there, they were going to put her into like a rehab program. Okay. But first she had to turn herself in. So she failed the first drug test, didn't turn herself in. They issued out a warrant. They arrested her. And then she was supposed to report. And then after they released her the next day, when they arrested her, she was supposed to report back to the probation office. So I'm assuming she never did. And then they had found out whether they had done the urinalysis before they had arrested her or did it after. So maybe she did check in. Either way, I don't know. But she failed the second urinalysis. Okay. So she failed the first urinalysis. She was supposed to check, then was released. Failed the second urinalysis. Was supposed to turn herself in. Didn't. They've arrested her again now for probation violation. And I'm going to tell you, the fact that they've given her this many chances to get her shit right, I don't think she's going to be getting released today on her own like they did last time. Just my opinion. Exactly, Sunshinery. That's the easiest way to say it. All right. So let me share with you our conversation. Let's see if this is sharing here. All right, cool. So look towards the right-hand side. That's what we're looking at is the comments, okay? And I'll read some of these for you. So here's what started this whole conversation. This was 2 days ago, okay? So Amberhhh, which I guess one of her YouTube names is A Wrench 99, said, "You're again incorrect. The probation has not been revoked." So I guess her issue with our channel was we had said that her probation had been revoked. Okay. Now, it apparently obviously has been. That's why they've arrested her. So I think she was the one that was incorrect. But I'll give her a little bit of some, what's the word? I'll give her a little bit of some slack because technically she is a little bit correct because she had broke her probation, but they hadn't revoked it. I think as of yesterday or 2 days ago they did. So actually, no, you know what? I was right because they just hadn't filed the paperwork. But the fact that they responded yesterday, and I'm going to show that response, and the fact that you were arrested last night, that means I guarantee you they had already revoked your probation 3 days ago. So technically I was right. So never mind. I'm going to take that back. But either way, here was my reply. I'm not going to read through all these, but just to give you the idea. I said, everything stated is all public info. And she says, yeah, that you interpreted it incorrectly. And then she said, first incorrect thing. Watch, we'll read this one. This is the one. This is her long reply here, I think. So she said, this is what we got wrong. First incorrect thing, the probation was not and is still not revoked. The petition is a recommendation. As well, it looks like the recommendation was approved. As with any charge, a person is still entitled to a hearing to see the judge. That's correct, but not necessarily when you revoke or break probation, okay? That's a little bit different. But anyways, second incorrect thing, remember, me and her are both not lawyers, okay? So we both don't know what we're talking about. Why can't I scroll down? No! Won't let me read the rest of these? Hold on. That's weird. Well, for some reason, it's not letting me scroll down here. Oh, hold on. I got it right here. Here we go. All right. There we go. Second incorrect thing. My requesting to quash the warrant the first time was not denied. I was arrested before it was even addressed by the courts. The document titled a response was the state's request to the court to deny the quashing of the warrant. It was not denied by the courts. I was released the following morning because the first petition to revoke was dismissed by the courts. So that is correct. They did release you the next morning, okay? But just a little bit after that is when they, and obviously they did revoke the probation, okay? It did happen. So that's like I said, I gave her a little bit of slack, but technically when I did report this, I guarantee you they had already revoked it. They just hadn't filed the paperwork yet. But maybe I'm off by a day or two. So if that's the case, I apologize, Amber. So then she says, I do suggest, given the channel name is NJCourts, that you get a little bit more. And I don't even know if I did even say that, though. I'm just going based off of what she said. I'd have to go back and even watch my VOD, but I'm not going to do that. But anyway, she goes, I do suggest, given the channel name is NJCourts, that you get a little bit more acquainted with court documents and what they mean, as well as the difference between each document type, along with who filed each document. Here's where I got schooled a little bit, even though she was still incorrect. But a petition is basically starting a new case within a case. A motion is asking to change, alter, or amend an already ongoing case. For example, a motion to quash a warrant. Totally got that off of Google. But anyways, the warrant is already ongoing. So the motion is to request to void the warrant. Remember, this is 2 days ago, okay? So she's pretty much arguing that you're full of shit. Nothing's going to happen to me. You know, this is what I'm talking about. 2 days before, and this is currently as she's facing all this shit. This is more important to this individual is to, you know, carry on a 14 reply conversation. I think I just replied like 3 times, but anyways, let's continue on. Where's my little, there's like 2 little scroll things on here. Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, you guys get the point. Oh, here's my reply. Let me at least read my reply. I said, I suggest you stop pretending to be a lawyer. It obviously hasn't worked for you, LOL. Petition to revoke probation and request for warrant submitted and filed May 1st. Warrant issued same day. Just turn yourself in and stop wasting taxpayers' resources. That was my reply. Now, she had a bunch of other replies, but it's not that important. All right. Sorry, I wasn't, if you guys were asking questions in chat, I didn't have chat in front of me, so I apologize. But I think I don't know, like I said, I'm not going to argue with another internet lawyer because I'm not one either, so. All right, so that is your breaking news. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show you that document really quick. This is stuff that I was going to show you guys yesterday. All right, I didn't know. I can't tell the future. I didn't know she was going to get arrested last night. But let me share something else with you. Take a little coffee and smoke break right now. Smoke them if you got them. It'll be a minute. Actually, I chat right up here, so I can look at chat down here while I'm doing this. All right, so let's go here. I actually had a lot of stuff to show you guys, but it's still early in the morning, so I'm not going to get too complicated here. Because obviously, whatever bullshit, pretty much what I was going to show you guys was, oh, cool. Yes, they posted the response. So pretty much, man, I guess it was just all meant for today because the document that I wanted to share with you guys yesterday, and that's why I was going to wait for today. And like I said, I didn't know I was going to be saying she got arrested. I was just going to be pretty much replying to her BS, okay? So let me show you 2 things, okay? sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. All right, cool. We're just waiting for it to populate. Come on. Come on. I promise it's not my internet. Vinny G, I think he's been playing a lot of his older videos. So he's been trying to trick people. He's been playing old videos to try to make it seem like it's happening in real time now. So I don't know if that's what you're referring to. Oh, wait. No, I think she is back. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not following the guy really anymore. I just, people will, message me every once in a while, screenshot me things, and then maybe I'll peek in. But okay, here we go. Geez, finally. So this was Amber's response, okay, to revoke the petition, to the response to petition to revoke. Let me just make sure you guys can see, okay? So this was pretty much her last-ditch effort to get herself out of trouble. Easiest way to say it, okay? And again, this shit does not work. And again, I'm not a lawyer. This is just my personal opinion. This shit does not work once you've already broke probation, okay? You've already had your chance. But anyways, hey, like they say, you don't know unless you try, right? So I guess I can't get too upset. But it reads, I, Amberhhh, was contacted by Ms. Castro via email and phone on 4/29 of 2024. I was informed that the hearing scheduled for, and I think she made an error. It's not scheduled for May 1st. I think she meant April 1st. At 11 a.m. was canceled. She stated if anything changed, she would update me. On the 1st of May, Ms. Castro requested a warrant to be issued. That's right. So that's what I was going to say. Even your own probation officer requested a warrant. Okay, and the paperwork's here. It's all public info. You guys can access this and read it. For this, though, the e-view, you will have to create an account. So this one's a little bit more difficult, but anybody can access it. I have requested on several occasions that the urine sample for March 12, 2024 be retested using the confirmatory method. I am now requesting that both urine samples, March 12th and April 26th, be retested using the confirmatory testing method. So pretty much she's now saying that both failed urine samples are incorrect. And even though one was from March 12th and the other one was from April 26th. Okay. So that was her last letter. That was on May 8th. Okay. Today's the 11th. They arrested her yesterday on the 10th. Here's what I was waiting for. So this is the order. It's labeled as order denying. I haven't read this, so we're going to be reading this together. Okay, here we go. I'm assuming this is going to be the reply back from the state or the court. So let's read this together. Make sure you guys can see. All right. Here we go. Just in case you can't see it. It is hereby now, this is in the Superior Court of the State of Arizona and in for the County of Yuma, State of Arizona plaintiff versus Amberhhh defendant. It is hereby ordered that the defendant's motion to quash the warrant is denied. Signed by Judge of the Superior Court. So let's see. What's the date on this one? That was signed on the 9th. They arrested her yesterday. So I guess that was their reply to her motion. Is that what they called it, right? Motion to quash the warrant? Yep. Now, technically, I will give her this. That just said the warrant. So they may have not yet revoked the probation. Either way, she's screwed, right? Because they revoked the probation, she faces the original sentence they were going to give her before probation, right? If they don't revoke the probation, she still has to turn herself in for 30 days in jail and has to go to a rehab program. Which, if you're a meth user, it sucks both ways because either way you go, you're still not going to have access to your So technically, Amber, I'll give you that. They may have, and maybe it's just because I haven't read the document. There's so many documents in here, it's a fucking mess, okay? So it could be in here. They might have already revoked it, okay? But if they technically didn't, okay. And if I said that, which I haven't even confirmed that I said that yet, I'd have to go back in the VOD, then I will give you that little bit of slack. You got me. But I was correct because they did quash the warrant. They had already denied your motion before this. This was just another attempt or letter you sent on the 8th, or motion, whatever you want to call it. And you already knew what your response was going to be, but they technically have to, since it was filed as a motion, they do have to file, an order denying it, just like we read. And that was the reply back. And then they arrested her yesterday. So that is all I have to share with you guys this morning. All right. So we will, to be continued, I guess we could say. Let's see here. Saturday, some courthouses will have a judge. For example, I'm subscribed to one of these court channels in Austin, because I'm following the EBZ case. Okay. They're on YouTube. Every morning, they do court hearings because they do them at the jail. So down there in Austin, again, it's different state by state, county by county. They literally have, I would imagine, some type of court, either municipal or district court, every day, okay, for the prisoners at least. So that way, they can have bond hearings every day, things like that, all right? So she may have the opportunity to have a bond hearing today, which they're not going to, I doubt she's not going to be, I doubt at this point, and again, I could be wrong, I doubt they're going to release her, or they're just going to hold her in over the weekend, then she'll see the judge on Monday. So either way, I don't think she's going to be getting released. I think that last time she was released was her last chance, and we'll just see from now what happens. VZ.55, I honestly, I'm laughing because I can just imagine that too. Yeah. I mean, my response today, let's just assume she wasn't arrested, right? I was pretty much, I was just going to go over some of the paperwork today. That one, the response back from the state was the one document that I was waiting to populate. That was the one I wanted to share with you. That's why I didn't go live yesterday morning. But I didn't know that there was going to be any other breaking news. But appears, like I said, she has been arrested. So we'll find out what happens next. So keep them notifications on, and I will keep you guys updated for sure. But yeah, originally my plan was just to pretty much share some paperwork with you guys, and then I was going to reply back to some of these comments she had made. But just going back to what you said, VZ, is kind of like that's what I was going to try to imply a bit on my show, is just me personally, if I was facing the problems or troubles that this person is currently, I would not be on YouTube hosting live stream shows talking about my case, trying to call out NJCourts TV channel on what he got wrong. I wouldn't be spending my whole, Thursday morning, literally all Thursday morning, replying back on YouTube. Okay, I would have, knowing that there's a good possibility I'm going to be going to jail, I would have been figuring out who the fuck's going to be watching my kid, getting all my fucking orders at home taken care of, my finances, pretty much getting ready to be locked up for a month or more, okay? Whatever you would do in your personal life for that was what you would do. But I'd probably say most of us would not be on YouTube, worrying about what others are saying, is all I was going to try to reflect on a bit. All right, my friends. Let's see here. I'm just trying to think if I have anything else to share. Oh, yes, I do. Let me just get this out of the way. So I was watching, I did not forget, yesterday morning we had Jimmy the Christian, or otherwise known as, I forgot, we're not going to call him Jimmy the Christian anymore, James Leonard Ward. But for those that just didn't know what his real name was, that's who we're referring to. He had his hearing yesterday that was supposed to be for a plea arrangement or continue to plea. Pretty much looks like his public defender's wanting to try to plea out of something. Oh, no, change of plea. So originally, that individual, James Leonard Ward, he had pled not guilty to all these charges. So That's why I was hoping I was going to catch the hearing yesterday, because I'm not sure if he's trying to change his plea from not guilty to guilty, which I don't think he is. I think this is more of just his public defender. They're trying to hopefully arrange some type of plea agreement instead of going to a jury trial, is what I am thinking is was going to happen yesterday. Now, I was actively watching the case through what I use to watch my other cases, and how I brought you guys that case last time as far as the video. It didn't come up. And when I went on the docket notes for that case, they don't show any for yesterday. Now, sometimes it'll take a day or two for them to populate, but it's almost as like it didn't happen. I'm not sure yet. So I can't give you an update on what happened yesterday on James Leonard Ward, otherwise known as Jimmy the you-know-what. And as soon as I do, I'll get you that update. But for those that were wondering, well, what happened with the case, the court hearing yesterday? I don't know. I did try my best. I was there waiting. Just nothing happened. No court session came up. Had one come up, I would have recorded it just like I did the last one, and I would have shown it to you guys yesterday or this morning. So as soon as I get an update on that case, which will have to be through the court docket notes, I will let you know what happened, okay? Later on, and probably like here, let's see, it's 5:36 my time, so like maybe 9 o'clock my time, 3 or 4 more hours. I'm planning on doing like a little fun live stream, little gardening stream, just going to show everybody a little update on how the garden's going. And I'll see you guys then. And at that time, we're going to give away some buttons. I got 4 buttons to give away. So tune in on the garden stream. 4 buttons to give away. That is just for the members of the jury for right now. Not saying we won't have any more giveaways, but for right now, these were 4 buttons that were so kindly donated and purchased by Super Roofer. So he has said, hey, I got 4 of them that he wants me to give them out. And we're going to give them out to 4 lucky members of the jury during that stream. Okay. Yes, please. Thank you. If you enjoyed today's breaking news update, I would appreciate if you can hit that like button. That'll help with the algorithm this morning and get the news out. Okay. Help get the breaking news out. I'd appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. To all the members of the jury here this morning, thank you for being here on such a short notice and very early notice. For my mods, I think I saw a few of you. I saw Sunshinery. Good morning. And I appreciate you being here on a late notice or short notice. And welcome. Good morning, all the viewers, and much appreciated everyone that take your time to watch this breaking news update by the NJCourts TV channel. I am your host, NJCourts. It was a fantastic Saturday morning. It is currently 5:38 my time. I'll see you guys probably around 9 or 10-ish, okay? You guys have a great start to your morning. And I hope you enjoyed today's live breaking news stream. If we're not going to see you later on, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a blessed weekend. Enjoy Mother's Day tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And don't forget, be safe. Keep your head on a swivel. And especially tomorrow, man, take some time to love your mama. Okay? We'll see you guys later. Peace.